All right, let me know if you've got questions. Tom, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Grant. I know you guys aren't in the moral victories, but what did you think about just the performance and being in it till the end today?
Yeah. I think there was 120 guys or 70 guys, that believe they could win the game today. At the end of the day, there wasn't a single guy on our team that didn't think we could win the game. It's heartbreaking. It sucks because we all came here to win. I know, like you said, we're not into moral victories, but at the end of the day, that's a really good ball club. They're really well coached. They got a great offense. So we're gonna leave here. We're gonna focus on Missouri. We're gonna put this behind us quick. We're gonna flush as fast as we can. But just know that we're still on a rise in the Arkansas program, and this just shows right there and another example of it.
Yeah, and then Bryce Young, what you thought of his game today?
Yeah, we're playing another Heisman candidate. I feel like every other week we got somebody who's up for the Heisman we're playing. Bryce is a very good athlete. He's a very good player. You could see how he extended plays throughout the game with his feet. We'd hug up, we'd send an extra guy, and he'd find a way to get out, or he'd find a way to kind of elude a defender and be able to play. But we knew he was really good. He did exactly what we knew he was going to do. He was really good. We didn't do it a good enough job to be able to stop him, but he's a really good ball player. I hope he wins the Heisman because how he handles himself and how he kind of talked after the game and stuff. He's a really good kid, and you could tell he has a good head on his shoulders. So I hope he wins the Heisman, actually.
All right, let me know if you got more questions. Bob?
Yeah, Grant, just hearing that. So you talked to Young a little bit on the field, and he said something that impressed you, I guess?
No, just throughout the game, the way he talked to his players and the way he led them and the way he kind of demanded the offense, like you could tell he's one of a kind player. Like when you listen to other quarterbacks that were in front of him that played, or not in front of him, but played before him, he's similar to that. Like that's exactly, and they were up there for the Heisman too. Like he's got a really good arm on him. Yeah. But the way you can tell he leads that team and the way he demands that offense. So it was fun to be able to play against a good player like that and be able to do what we did as a defense.
And then I don't know how much you get to watch the offense when you're on the sideline, but if you got to watch Burks much, what'd you think of his game and the way he bounced back from LSU? Did he talk much this week about, hey, I'm going to go out there and have a big game, or did you just get a sense he was going to have a big game?
No, actually. Treylon Burks is the same guy every single day. The way when y'all see him after a big game or y'all see him after a loss, he's that same guy every single day. He's so hungry for wins. And that's kind of the common factor of our football team. Like we have guys who are just wanting to win football games, and that's why we're being successful and we're playing the number 2 team in the nation at their place and doing well doing it. So I expect him to have a great game every game because he's a one of a kind player. You saw the one where he got PI. We thought he even caught it. He's just a guy that when you know you're throwing him the ball, you know the plays for him. You know he's going to do his job and go get it. We're witnessing a guy right now who's one of a kind. So I knew he was going to have a great game like I do every single week. I expect him to do good just because that's how he handles himself, and that's what he expects of himself too.
Let's got one more. Bauer, I guess maybe he should be up for the Heisman or something with what he's doing. What do you think of his pass and Kern that he reached back, one-handed grab, hell of a catch? What'd you think of that play, and what'd that do to the sideline and for the team?
Yeah, we were down 14 at that point whenever they called that fake, and we kind of knew as a sideline, and we kind of saw Pittman's lips fake it or however he said it, and we kind of all stayed calm because we were like, if they see us kind of getting excited when they ran it, we were nervous, but defense was ready. If you notice, defense was sitting on the sidelines with our helmets on. We were ready just in case anything happened. We had to go out there sudden change, and we ran it all week. We saw it all week. They've done well doing it. We knew Kearns ran it great. He had to get past the number 10. And the way we ran it is Bauer made a good throw. I wouldn't say put him up for the Heisman yet, but he's done great at the 2 times that he's been able to do it. So he's 2 for 2.
Okay, thanks, Grant.
Hutch.
Grant, y'all fell down, I think 17 there right out of the start of the second half. What was the kind of the messaging on the sideline and the mood on the sideline? How are y'all able to kind of fight back into it?
Yeah, the message was stay neutral. We're not going to, if we were up 17, we weren't going to be hollering and hooping and hollering like we won the game. We're going to stay neutral. And we weren't pissed off when we were down 17. We weren't blaming anybody. I think it was a deep ball or something. And I walked over to the DBs and said, listen, like, we have your backs. We have more faith in you than we ever have. So don't worry about that. Forget everything you've done and let's go and let's win this game. Looked Buster in the eyes at halftime because, he's mad at himself. And I looked at him and I said, listen, you're the best corner on this team. Go act like it. Go play the best game that you have. You have the whole half to play. So we stayed neutral. We stayed people always say, like, why are the linebackers so – they're always never pissed off and never in a great mood, but we're the guys who just stay neutral and we try to keep the team neutral. And that's just our goal whenever we're down however many or if we're up however many.
Last one, Tom.
Grant, you said earlier you think you guys are still a team on the rise. You got one more game, and I'm wondering, in a nutshell, what have these 2 seasons like been under Sam Pittman? And then I'll have one quick follow after that.
Yeah. In a nutshell, this has literally been a roller coaster that never stopped, and it's literally going and going and going and getting better and better and better. Coach Pittman is one of a kind. This is the most serious I've ever been. Coach Pittman is probably the most genuine person I've ever been around. He loves this football team so much. I don't know. I didn't hear anything that he talked about tonight, but he loves this team so much. He gets what it get. Like, he knows what it gets to be a Arkansas Razorback. He knows what it takes. He acts it. He lives it. He's the same way to y'all as he is to us. And playing for him for these last 2 years, I wouldn't have came back if it was with anybody else. If it was any other coach, I wouldn't have came back for this season. It shows right here what we have going for it. And we're on a rise because we do have another game. We're not a plateau team. We're a team that keeps getting better and better. And I hope that these last couple of weeks have shown that.
Okay. And the Missouri game, you'll have a chance to be 3-0 in trophy games. So how important will this one be for you?
It'll be very important. Very important just because it's our next opportunity. We want to win it because it's a bowl game. We haven't won it in a while. But we want to win because it's our next opportunity. We get a chance to go out and win. We have to finish these Bees out. Like, we just almost beat Bama. Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. So we didn't do it. And that's what we got to focus on next week. We got to be able to go out there and be able to win this game.
Thanks, Grant.
Thanks, Grant.